James Arthur, you're nobody until somebody loves you. One Radio 92.7. Good evening and welcome to the show. It is, of course, the 7 o'clock show. Hello, I'm Paul.
And I'm Trudy.
You are indeed. So we've got a packed show coming up for you tonight, haven't we, dearest?
We have indeed.
Music from Wilkinson, the Veronicas. I've also thrown a little bit of Queen in there. I know, we're stepping back in time. We've got John Newman, Bastille, and also we'll play Rizzle Kicks for you in just a moment.
Oh, I do love that Rizzle Kicks. I love it, I love it, I love it. We also got the Year of Request this year. Today, this year
what is
1989.
Yeah! 1989.
Yes.
I love it.
Why?
I was 9 years old.
I wasn't born.
I was ready to rock and roll.
There's some great news from that year, and we're going to run through big events of that year. We're also going to have a false or true D from that year as well. So you're going to tell us, I'm going to give you a fact, and you're going to tell me from that year whether that is false or true D.
Fantastic. Very much looking forward to that. But of course, it is a Thursday, and as always, the big news on a Thursday is that very shortly we'll be talking to our very special guest, Top 100 DJ Jovan from Tenishia is going to be with us. Oh, yes.
How exciting is that?
He's in the building, and he'll be in the studio with us very shortly indeed.
He's just busy having a lion bar. We're calling, and the people we know that are listening into us this evening. So I'm going to shout out and say hello to Marco, Neil, who's also called Moose, Blair, Maya, Joseph, my mum, Paul, Helen, Josephine, Sergey, Tia, David, Shitan and Heidi. Hello and welcome to the show this evening.
Good evening. And also, that's reminded me I should say hello to my mum as well. Hi, Mum. Dad doesn't bother listening, but hi, Mum. But let's play some more music first then and get things rolling for you. What have we got? As promised, I said Rizzle Kicks and Lost Generation. Great tune. Back on the show. It's 9 minutes past 7. Good evening.
I said nice. I'm living in a lost generation. I said I'm living in a lost
Rizzle Kicks and Lost Generation, One Radio 92.7. Good evening. It's the 7 o'clock show. Hi, I'm Paul.
And I'm Trudy.
And as always, we are joined by an extra special guest on a Thursday. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and give a big warm Maltese welcome to Top 100 DJ Jovan from Tenishia. Hey!
Jeez,
How are you doing?
You're making me already shy,
Shy. You stand up on stage in front of thousands of people. We sit here on our own talking into sticks.
Yeah, but hang on a second, Paul.
I'm used to that.
He's sitting next to me.
I know.
Okay.
Exciting times.
Oh, ouch.
So how are you today? What have you been up to?
I had a busy day at the studio. So
You've been in the studio today?
Yeah, of course.
Working on new material?
Yes, we're working on a few new singles. We had an album release last year, so we were kind of not releasing any tracks for a while, but now we're producing some new singles again, and yeah.
So when you said you've been in the studio working most of the day, and it's a question that we ask most of the guests that come on here. What's your process? How long does it take you to write a tune, is my question.
There's no actual formula or pattern how you should build a track, but and there's no actual time that you have to make it in a week or in a month.
Sure.
But you just have to have good ideas that sometimes sounds good at first, then you just scrap after you do them. So it's a matter of mood and everything.
And I'm curious, because we were talking just out there, we were talking about how when we've spoken to Ira and we've spoken to other people about how they put their tracks together. Is your process, would you do it the same way? How does that, because your tracks are so different. I've spent the whole day listening to what you do very loudly in my studio. Is it the same? Is there any difference?
You actually to do music, you need to be in the mood of doing it. If you're gonna try to force it, you're not gonna make it. It has to come naturally, and you have to be comfortable. You have to be in the right set of mind to do music. If you're gonna do it like you're going to work, or you...
Is that so? Ira Losco was on the show a few weeks ago, and she said that she come up with her latest song whilst cleaning the house.
Oh yes.
So does this kind of thing happen to you?
She's a singer actually,
Yeah.
so she obviously writes her music, and she has to come up with the lyrics. We need to come up with the music. Most of the time, the lyrics and the singing gets sent to us by singers, by
I
vocalists.
see.
But yes, there was times that we have written something, but our main thing is to create the melodies, the bass line, the rhythm, and then the whole song around maybe vocals or maybe an instrumental track.
So is there anything that particularly helps that? So, for instance, lion bars or wine and beer, or is it just get yourself in there, sit down and get in a creative
There's
zone?
a various types of how you get your inspiration to write music. You can have just a day out at sea, and all of a sudden you click into some melody, or you get an idea.
And then where does it go from there? So you've got a melody in your head.
I
and then
put
is
it
it
on my
piano?
mobile.
On your mobile. You sing it on
You
top.
sing it?
I don't want to sing because I sound really horrible when I sing. I'm a bad singer.
Same here.
But yeah, and it's funny when I hear it back, and I'm like, Jesus.
But that's just a reminder for you. So then you'll go
Yeah.
back and on a piano, would
Yes,
you, or on a
yes,
synth?
yes.
Really?
And my partner Cyprian, he knows how to play. Like he studied music from when he was very young. So if I tell him, listen, I have this idea, he goes on the piano, and straight away
Fantastic.
we can create
Whoa.
something out of it.
Great stuff.
That's so cute.
It is. So listen, Jovan's in the house. We're going to be talking to you much more throughout the show. Thank you for being here, mate. We really appreciate it. We're also doing the year of requests today, Jovan. Trudy, which year are we in today?
We are in 1989.
1989. Now, it's some people don't like to admit their age on the radio. I don't care. So I was 9 years old. But some of them, you want to go for it or not?
I was 7.
7, come on. Trudy wasn't born, obviously.
Yeah.
Some of the music that was in that year, big year for you music. Soul to Soul, Back to Life. Know it? Back to life, back to reality. Yeah,
Yeah, here we go.
It's
Going on in
karaoke on the radio.
Don't
studio.
make me sing. No?
No, that's fine. Alana Miles' Black Velvet, which I thought was a great song. You know
Oh.
it? One of the only...
How does it
Black Velvet... I can't do it. That's
Oh!
That's it.
Yes!
If you've just joined us, it's 1989.
And that's Trudy trying to sing.
Exactly. Also, big year for Madonna. You're a fan of Madonna, Trudes. We had Express Yourself.
Oh.
Express yourself. Is that right? Express yourself. No,
I like the way you do that with a little bit of a sort of express yourself.
Well-
With a special little voice there. That's nice.
She also had Like a Prayer.
Oh, I like that track.
I'm not a fan of Madonna at all. But
Well, I think she has some really good songs, and for example, my favorite is Frozen.
Frozen.
Ooh.
But I would give all the credit to the producer.
Brilliant. Let's
Okay,
diss Madonna live on the show.
singing is really nice, but the production of the track is amazing.
And what about the video? The video for that is
Really
amazing.
dark, really dark.
So we're in 1989, and I've got a track for you. Now, this song I've played on my radio shows for the last 10 years, just because it's a good song.
What is it? What is it?
It's I'll play, tell me if you think you know it.
Not yet.
Come on,
Oh!
come on,
Roxette! It's
Roxette. The Look.
Oh, I love it.
1989, it's the 7 o'clock show at 19 minutes past 7. We'll be talking to more from Jovan from Tenishia very shortly.
Walking like a man, hitting like a hammer. She's a juvenile scam. Never was a cooler, tasted like a raindrop. And I go la 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 la. She's got the look.
1989, She's Got the Look. What do you think, Jovan? Remember it? Massive tune, massive tune.
I very much enjoyed the whole studio going, no, 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 no. I'm loving it.
I was dancing on the desk.
Hey. We all enjoyed that.
So, it's the 7 o'clock show. Good evening. Hi, I'm Paul.
I'm Trudy.
And we're joined by Jovan from Tenishia. Good evening.
Good evening, Paul.
Thank you for joining us. And we're also in 1989 for just part of the show.
Say that again.
We're in 1980.
We are in Say that again. We are, for part of the show, we're in 1989. We're a big year, and boy, have I got a fact for you.
Massive year. Tell us the fact. Go on.
You want to know what it is?
Yeah.
You're going to tell me whether it's false or Trudy.
Oh, okay. Let's do that now then. Okay.
Oh, you want to do that?
No.
Okay.
No, let's do it.
I'm all confused today. It's Thursday, and I'm blonde as you wouldn't believe.
Okay, so we're going to play false or Trudy. It's a potential fact from the year.
1989. One of the biggest events, and we'll talk about this in a little bit, one of the biggest events of the year was the fall of the Berlin Wall. Now, if you weren't alive before or around that time, it wouldn't really matter to you. But it was absolutely massive.
Yes, of course.
Here's the fact about the Berlin Wall. The Berlin Wall came down in 1989. The west side of the Berlin Wall was completely covered in graffiti. The east side of the Berlin Wall had absolutely none.
Okay.
Is that false or Trudy?
Okay, that's the possible fact. False or Trudy? Get in touch if you think you know. You can email us live@one.com.mt or you can SMS us 5061 5011. It's 58 cents.
Or you can get in touch with us on Facebook, facebook.com/One Radio Malta. Let me give you that one just once more. False or Trudy from 1989. The Berlin Wall came down in 1989. The west side of the Berlin Wall was covered completely in graffiti, whilst the east side had absolutely none. Is that true or false?
False or Trudy?
Oh,
Indeed.
yes, did you see that?
Is it Trudy or false? Get in touch, let us know, and we'll be talking more to Jovan. I think, I have no idea, but I'm going to go Trudy. Jovan?
I have no idea either.
Well, we
I
flip a
think
coin.
I'm going to believe it.
You're going to believe it?
Yeah.
We're both saying Trudy. We're not going to ask you because you know the answer. Get in touch and let us know what you think at home. And if you're not at home and you're in the car, you can get in touch as well. So we're in 1989, but we've got music from John Newman and Bastille coming up next here on One.
Malta's pride on the FM dial. 92.7 FM. One Radio.
They turn to dust. All that I adore.
Bastille and Things We Lost in a Fire. It's One Radio 92.7. Good evening and welcome to the show. It's the 7 o'clock show. Hello, I am Paul.
And I'm Trudy.
She is. We are joined tonight, just in case they didn't believe you. We're joined tonight by Jovan from Tenishia. Evening, Jovan.
Good evening.
Are you having fun so far?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Good stuff. And we're also in the year 1989.
We are indeed.
A little bit later on, we'll be talking about some of the big news headlines from that year. You've got some really interesting news from that year.
That was a really big year, and I have to say I am old enough to remember. I was working with my colleague Emily today. That was the year of her birth.
Hi, Emily.
Yes,
That was the year of her birth.
Her birth. And I just
she's a young'un.
I just sat there and went, that's depressing. She said it was a really big year because
I was born.
And all these things happened, and I've read about them, and I said, yeah, I was there. I remember.
We'll be looking at some of the news and some of the big films from that year a little bit later on as well. But let's talk Jovan, because he's in the studio and he's come in and we should really talk to him.
Absolutely, yeah, we should do that. So first of all, you're here to talk to us largely because I've been seeing you all over the place with the top 100 DJs. Yeah. This is 3 years in a row that you guys have won one of the top 100 DJs. For anyone who doesn't know, what is this? How do you get involved? And is it a big deal?
It is. It's actually organized by UK magazine, which is called DJ Mag, and it has been being organized since 1999. And
wow.
Since then, there were some big names like Paul Oakenfold, Carl Cox, ranking on number one. And it gives the DJ a big selling point. So to be in the top 100, first it's really prestigious, and when you see that 35,000 DJs from around the world try to get in the top 100,
wow.
It's something really huge for us.
Wow. And these are DJs from all over the world.
Yes.
You're kidding me.
And it's based on public votes, so people need to vote, cast their votes on the internet. And obviously who gets the most votes. And we were voted this year in rank 65 from
Good
35
work.
targets.
That's amazing.
Fantastic.
Thank
That's
you.
absolutely fantastic. I've got visions of your mum and dad just sitting there on the internet going, yes, like. No, I'm joking. But I mean, that's fantastic.
Actually, it's very complicated to vote because it takes your IP address, it takes your Facebook account, so no one
So you
cheats. And actually, I really need to say thank you while I'm here for all the people that voted, because it's a pain.
Jovan, you're too cute. You're just way too cute. So this is a really big, epic thing, and this is the 3rd year running.
It is.
Wow, that is a massive, massive thing for your career.
Is it currently running? Can people vote now?
No, it runs throughout the summer. It starts generally end of June
Right.
or mid of July, and it goes till September. Then the results come out 3rd week of October.
Right, okay, so you've just been voted in there.
Again,
Fantastic.
And we were doing some research today on you guys when we were in the studio and just looking at where you've played and what you've done. And I was quite astonished. I mean, I've heard you before. I'm familiar with what you do. But I don't think I quite got my head around how quite big you are. You're huge. How did you guys meet and get started? And were you sitting at school when they come around and say, what do you want to do for a career? And you went, I want to be a DJ. How did that...
Well, actually, I've always loved to be a radio DJ at first.
Yay!
Well, half of my family is in the media, you know.
Sure.
And I used to follow them and watch them on TV, and I used to think like, this is really cool, you know. Like I used to listen to the breakfast show, and this is nice. This is what I want to do, you know. But first, actually, I started in a community radio, a very small radio, which gave me the first opportunities. I didn't know what a mixer was or anything. And a year after hours of hanging at the DJ booth door, seeing watching the DJ playing, one day the DJ of this club turned around and told me, listen, I need to go out. You need to take care of this.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
So I'm like, well, I don't know what to do, you know? Like, I don't know what to do. Like, I got really excited. And he goes, you know what? Just do this and this. I'm going to come in a few seconds. And after I come, I will start teaching you. I'm like, okay.
Wow.
Can I do that to you, Trudy?
Yes, please.
Can I just say, right, I'm popping out for a bit. You
And to anyone who's listening, well, let's just hope that he doesn't. Okay, so that's how you got into it. How did you guys get together?
Then I actually got a residency in that club, and my partner Cyprian used to come in that club. And after a few years, I met him through mutual friends at this bar, and we started talking about music. He had a studio already. I was experimenting in my little studio at home. I had a computer, nothing so big. So the next day we met. We've taught each other what we knew, and you know, I showed him the tricks I knew. He showed me the tricks he knew.
What year was that happened?
2004.
2004.
That's 10 years next year.
Yeah.
Those
So
9 years.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's been 9 years now that you've been
Yes,
making music together.
Yeah, it took us the first 2 years. 2 years we were just experimenting, you know. And,
Sure.
But we made big leaps forward when we met, because it was just chemistry. I mean, he's an absolute genius on the piano, and it is very useful.
And you sing?
I don't think.
No, I'm just joking.
really
I'm
don't
joking.
think.
I'm joking.
Yeah, but when we put our ideas together, it started working, and then we compiled a few tracks and gave them to this DJ that was visiting Malta. And after a few months, we actually gave him a CD, and we thought, you know, we'll try
Of
our
course,
luck,
hand
you
in the
know?
CD, see what he says.
And we actually gave it to him on November, and he played it on his radio show in March.
Oh my
So
word!
we totally forgot.
Yeah.
Or, you know, we took it for, okay, it's not...
And this was not local. This was abroad.
Yeah, he's actually German that lives in Miami America. He's American now.
He played it in America?
He played it on his radio show. Yes.
That's fantastic.
That's amazing.
Then we thought like
Was
we
that
did
your
it-
big break? Was that the moment when you
Not
thought,
really.
okay, we made it?
Not really.
No.
Because I knew we could do much more than that.
Sure.
And then we contacted him, and he wanted it on his label, and we signed it to his label. We were over the moon.
Yes, of course.
And we had other tracks, and from there, we kept going forward. Then Armin van Buuren wanted one of our tracks. He was number one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great stuff. We're going to play one of your tracks, actually, in just a moment. Ghost of Love. Tell me about it.
Well, it's actually my uncle singing on that.
Sure.
Who is Ivan from
And your
Italy.
uncle can sing.
Of
You
course
said
he
you
can.
can't. Okay, great.
So hang on. Ivan is not your cousin?
No, he's my uncle.
We'll be taking that up with him in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, he tries to, take a few years off him by saying he's my cousin.
Okay, in which case we won't take that up with him because I do know what that feels like.
I know that trick. It's 19 minutes to 7. Sorry, what am I talking about? 19 minutes to 8. Good evening. It's a 7 o'clock show. Hello, I'm Paul.
I'm Trudy.
And we're with Jovan from Tenishia. And we've got their track, I should say, Ghost of Love for you right now on 1. 92.7, good evening. Stay tuned until 8:15. We're here tonight. Tenishia and Ghosts of Love, and of course we've got Jovan from Tenishia in the studio tonight. It's a 7 o'clock show. Good evening, I'm Paul.
And I'm Trudy.
And Jovan's here.
And I love that track.
It's a cool tune, man. I really like it.
Thank you.
And we heard it here first. Little bit of inside goss that Ivan has trouble waking up in the morning.
Oh, big trouble.
Oh no! Am I in trouble, or is he has big trouble?
Maybe I am.
Good evening. It's 7:46, and it's time to look at. We have a year of requests today. It's 1989, and it's time to look at some of the films that appeared in that year. Okay, guys, so I've got the top 10 films, top 10 grossing films of the year. Doesn't necessarily mean they were released in that year, but they grossed highest in that year. What I'm going to ask you is, have you seen them? Okay? And would you see them again? So, let's go. You ready? Ready? Everyone ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Right, so at number 10, in 1989, the number 10 grossing film was Born on the 4th of July. Have you seen it?
No.
I'm not sure.
I've never heard of it. I've
heard the name, I think.
I've heard the
Yeah.
name. I've heard the name, but it's 4th of July.
It was like Tom Cruise, Kyra Sedgwick,
No. Oh, no, I'm remembering. No, I haven't
William
seen it.
Dafoe.
Oh,
No? I've
have
never
no
even... No, never mind. Let's move
No,
on.
yes.
Number 9, The Little Mermaid.
Oh, yes. I've
Yeah.
seen that.
Would you see it again, Jovan?
Maybe I'll show it to my son.
I've got it at home.
You got it on DVD, Blu-ray or something, haven't you? I thought Little Mermaid, was like late 90s, but it was in the 80s.
Listen,
that
just
came
as an
out.
aside, go online and look up and just Google it. The mistakes to that film. There's a whole
Oh, really?
bunch. Yeah, there's a whole bunch. I couldn't say them on air because they're quite rude, but there's a whole bunch of mistakes that they made in that film.
I love the red crab in there. Night. Under the sea. It's funny.
Okay, at number 8 in 1989, an epic film that I would watch again, Ghostbusters 2. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Yes?
I did.
You haven't
No.
seen it, Trudes?
No, I saw that.
It's a boy movie, no?
It's a boy. It is a bit of a boy
Hang
movie.
on a second. There are some films that were so good for the first film, you just don't watch the second one.
Not
And-
Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters 2 is brilliant. It breaks the rule. I know what you're saying.
Really?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Do I need to go and watch it this evening?
Educate yourself.
All right.
Number 7 in the top 10 films of the year. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, I see
Remember
that.
it?
Yes.
When they shrink the kids down to a miniature size? Pure fantasy.
I think I may have seen it, and I definitely don't want to see it again.
I
There
would
was
watch
actually
again.
a follow-up to that when he made make the baby go like a giant.
Honey, I Shrunk... Oh, honey, I blew up the baby.
Yeah, yes,
That's what it
yes.
was. Classic programming. Okay, number 6, Lethal Weapon 2. I loved it when I was a kid. You seen it?
Yeah,
Leave
I've seen it too.
Is this
Mel
Mel
Gibson?
Gibson?
Yep.
Yeah, Mel
Mel
Gibson.
Gibson, yeah.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
That
No,
was
that's me being a girl.
That was-
a blonde girl.
That is definitely a boys' film. That was number 6 in the top grossing films. Number 5, Dead Poets Society.
Oh my goodness, that is the best film ever.
Have you seen it? Is
No.
the question.
Of course I've seen it. It's fantastic.
I haven't.
Jovan, I'll tell you now, it's rubbish. It's considered one of these very intelligent films of Robin Williams, but my God, it's depressing.
Sorry, if anybody could imagine, I'm now looking at Paul as if I don't know who he is.
And I'm looking at Jovan trying to ignore Trudy. Okay, top 4 then from the year. Look Who's Talking, which was, I think, it was the baby talking.
Oh, yes.
John Travolta.
I've seen the Italian version of it, and it's funny because the character in it is called Fantozzi, which is known with the Maltese because we watch Italian TV, and he's really funny.
The man who dubs it, or a whole...
The man who dubs it.
The man who dubs it, right, got it. Okay, so top 3 for you then. Number 3, Back to the Future 2. Have you seen it, Trudes?
Of course.
Yes, of course. Fantastic. I watched it about 3 weeks ago, actually. It's much longer.
And actually, they go out to 2013 today.
No, you know what? I can't remember.
I think I've seen this on the internet just this week.
Yes, but it's a trick. It's a trick, right? There's every year on the internet. There's a picture of the
Yeah.
time machine in the car that says, "Oh, it's the day he went to." It's
Is
just
it?
lies.
Okay,
Okay, top 2 for you then. Number 2, the first Batman. Seen it?
Okay, yeah, I've seen
Yes.
Right, good.
Absolutely.
And number 1, in 1989, top films from the year was Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
it. Of course, I've seen that.
See, are you an Indiana Jones fan, Jovan?
Yes, I've always was. Like I've watched that movie like 100.
Yeah,
100
really,
times.
really. I never really got into it.
I have a bit of an issue with Indiana Jones.
Tell me.
The very last film that he did, they went to the Nazca Desert in Peru. And
Okay.
for one of the scenes, and whilst they're there, there's this massive sandstorm and it's really windy. The Nazca Desert in Peru is the least windiest place on Earth. Factually. So when I
I feel a letter to the director coming on.
I already did. So when I went to see the film at the cinema, I'm with my friends and I'm going, no, that's all wrong. And I started shouting and got the popcorn thrown at me. And that sort of ruined the rest of the films for me, because if they couldn't be bothered to look that up and find out the facts properly, then there could be mistakes everywhere.
I agree, and you know what I find most remarkable about that statement? The fact that when you were in the cinema and you got thrown popcorn at you, it was 1989 and apparently you weren't alive. So how you made it there, I don't know. I don't know what you meant. It's a 7 o'clock show. Good evening. It's 9 minutes to 8. Hi, I'm Paul.
I'm Trudy.
With Jovan from Tenishia. He's here until 8:15. We're also looking at 1989. Talking of that year, I've got a great tune for you from this year now.
What is it?
Tina
What is it?
Turner.
Oh!
Nice.
The best. I love
I've got to
this.
sing this.
Bring back Walk Down Memory Lane on One Radio. Good evening. So on the music video, they've got Tina's legs doing her classic Tina dance, and then they counterposition that. They cut from that to some hooves of a horse
Yes.
doing the same thing.
Yes, it makes you want to stand up and just kind of do that strange little jiggle that she's doing.
Strange.
I like what you did there.
Tina Turner, the best. One Radio from 1989. It's not 1989 right now. Don't worry, it's 2013, and it's a 7 o'clock show. Good evening, I'm Paul.
And I'm Trudy.
And we're joined by Jovan from Tenishia. You've got a story about this song.
Yeah, because my dad was actually a fan of Tina Turner, so he got us this big poster.
Well, like a cardboard cutout type thing. Or no, a
It's
poster.
a big poster that he put on my brother and my room, like on the wall, you know.
Right, yeah.
So my mom thought, all right, and she got us a poster of Rambo with bazooka.
Your mum got jealous of the poster.
Hang on a second. There's flaws in this. So your dad really likes Tina Turner. He gets a poster. He puts it in your room.
Yeah.
Your mum gets jealous and puts Rambo in your room.
With the bazooka in his hand.
Oh, good.
Fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. Other songs from this year, guys. I've got a list here. Some really great music. We had Michael Jackson with Liberian Girl off of the Bad album. Know it?
Not
Don't
a
know
clue.
it?
Wasn't born.
I'm offended. Also, David Hasselhoff had a tune in this
my.
year. Looking for Freedom, although I couldn't remember what it went like.
Okay, I have a story about that later on.
Okay, tell us.
No, later on.
Okay, fine. Sinita, who is right-hand woman to Simon Cowell. No one knows whether they're together or... You know, Sunita, basically she was a one-hit wonder, his first project. She had a track out this year called Right Back Where We Started From. That's ironic. And also Paula Abdul was Straight Up. Straight up, now tell me, do you really want to love?
There was a particular sound to this year, wasn't there? It was very jolly,
it's
very
like
big.
End of the 80s, looking forward to the 1990s.
Yeah.
I'm just taking it all in because I was 9. Big year for me.
I had my first kiss in this year.
Another thing you managed to achieve whilst not being born yet.
Absolutely.
Amazing. It's 7 o'clock show. One Radio, good evening. We're very quickly heading towards 8 o'clock tonight. Should we remind them about False or Trudy?
Yeah, listen, here's the thing about that year. Something massive happened in 1989. I've got a few other facts that happened, but one of the biggest things was the Berlin Wall came down in 1989. The fact is, False or Trudy, the west side of the Berlin Wall was absolutely covered in graffiti, whilst the east side had absolutely none. Is that false or Trudy?
Get in touch. Let us know what you think. You don't win anything, and don't Google it because it ruins the game. It's live at 1.com.mt, or you can SMS us 5061 5011. It's 58 cents.
Or you can get in touch with us on Facebook, facebook.com/One Radio Malta.
Right, so John Newman and Cheating. It's 3 minutes to 8. We're here until 15:15. Loads to fit in, and Jovan's here till 15:15 with us as well. Thanks, Jovan, for coming in. We'll be talking to him more in just a moment. But John Newman for you. Good evening. Have a wonderful night. We're not going anywhere, so...
Not yet.
We hope you're having a wonderful night and continue to have one as we roll through this evening. God, I need a coffee. Right, almost 8 o'clock. Good evening. John Newman and Cheating, good evening and welcome to the show. You're with the 7 o'clock show and we're with Jovan from Tenishia. We'll be talking to him a little bit later on. Plus, we'll have music from One Republic and the Veronicas up next here on One.
Malta's pride on the FM dial. 92.7 FM. One Radio.
Current one from One Republic, Counting Stars. It's One Radio, 92.7. Good evening and welcome to the 7 o'clock show. Hello, I'm Paul.
I'm Trudy.
And we are joined still by Jovan from Tenishia.
We've been talking off air and it's been fantastic because it's just so good to actually ask you all the questions I've been dying to ask you. So one of the things that I found when I was doing my research is that you played all over the world, which is amazing. And off air, you're telling me that you played Ukraine. You played Argentina twice.
Yes, twice Argentina. There's a few strange places, actually, that I never dreamt of going there. For example, Taiwan and South Korea.
Wow.
And places in Russia.
South Korea?
Yes. Actually, it was a big event. It was the Well DJ Festival. It was like 25 to 30,000 people there.
Wow.
And they're very, very
awesome.
Like the technology there is very advanced. Like,
I'm absolutely certain
there was something hovering above the crowd, and I was like, "What is that?"
What?
And it was a camera actually, with a remote control.
Oh my goodness!
Like it's like a helicopter. Like a small helicopter.
Here's the question. You're talking about places to me that sound really remote. How have they come to know who you are? Because you were also mentioning you go there, people know you,
yes,
and they're screaming and shouting for you. I mean this respectfully. Malta's a small country.
Yeah.
You are very big DJs, but then you're looking at South Korea. How do they know who you are?
Easy to explain that. The power of the internet.
Oh my. That would be the wide world interweb.
Well,
wow.
It actually, when the internet is the same for any country, unless you restrict it like China.
Right, for sure.
Yeah. So if you're out there and if you have something good, and it goes viral or you promote it well, then it doesn't matter where you're from.
Now, we were talking also about where your favourite place you have played. Is there somewhere that you really want to play?
I'm looking forward to play in Mexico because we have had a lot of requests there, but we haven't been there yet. And the trance scene there, trance is the music we play, okay? The genre of music.
I love the way that you looked at me there, Jovan, and went, all right, but explain this to the blonde girl.
Yeah, well, I know there's, some older listeners and listening to one.
No,
not in your case, sorry.
Seriously? Bye.
But, you know, if
It
there's...
was nice having you on the show.
Okay, bye.
Listen, guys, I got to cut you short anyway. I'm really sorry. We're running out of time again, Trude.
No, on my word.
Constantly running out of time. We've got too much to get in. Jovan, thank you so much for joining us
Thank
today.
you for having me.
Thank you. And you mentioned that you might be able to pop in our pockets to give away on air one of your
Yes,
current
yes.
album.
Yeah, we have two chill out albums and actually one dance album. So I try to send you a few copies of them.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. More
Thank you.
competition time. We've got quite a few things to give away now.
We've got lots to give away. We just have to work out how we're going to do it. Listen, we'll be back. Trudy and I will be back tomorrow from 7 o'clock for TFI Friday, where we'll be talking Movember.
Oh my goodness, yes. Well, I've got my moustache ready.
Indeed. It's currently 12 minutes past 8. Guys, we've got to go. But because it's been 1989, I've got one more song to end with from 1989.
Can I just tell you the false or true D?
Oh, yes, tell us, please.
Okay, false or true D. The Berlin Wall came down. The west side of the Berlin Wall was covered in graffiti, whilst the east side had none. It's actually completely true. Not a single bit of graffiti on the east side. Completely and utterly on the west side.
We said Trudy, didn't we, Jovan?
I had a whole story here, and we've run out of time because Jovan's just been so interesting. But Hasselhoff claims this was all to do with him and his freedom song. That's why the Berlin Wall comes down. Look it up. It's a very interesting story.
All right, good. We've got to go. So listen, again, thank you, Jovan, for coming in. We'll be back tomorrow, Trudes, from 7 o'clock for TFI Friday, talking Movember. To end this show, I've got a cracking tune for you from Queen from 1989. Oh, yeah. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow.
See you
Ciao.
tomorrow.
See you later. Bye-bye.